Hello everyone, thank you for joining the demo sessions. Thank you for joining this demo sessions of Unified Functional Testing Tool, the latest version 15.0. I'm the QA lead. I'm currently working in an MNC company. Currently, I'm working on the tool, UFT tool. Previously, I worked on the Selenium and I work on the manual testing. For all experience, I have like 10 plus years of experience in the testing side and work in the technologies like UFT, Selenium, manual testing, as well as the web services testing. And also I did some certifications like ISTQB certifications, which is going to be covered like here. What is manual test? People, those who are interested in enrolling in UFT tool, first of all, they should have some experience about the manual testing. Like what do you mean by testing? What do you mean by software testing life cycle? And they should know about the software development models and software development lifecycle phases. So this topic is very, very important. So most of the people, if they have experience in manual testing, they can enroll the UFT tool easily. The people, those who don't know about the manual testing, first of all, they should know about the manual testing and they should know about how to create the test cases, how to prepare the test data document, how we are going to create the test cases. In this course content, first we'll discuss about what do we mean by manual testing, and then we'll discuss why we are not doing with manual testing. Is there any limitations about the manual testing? Is there any drawbacks of using manual testing? In the companies, there is a lot of drawbacks we have in manual testing. All the functionalities we cannot test it manually. So some scenarios we need to use an automation tools like UFT tool, which we need to use it to cover the test scenarios to test the functionalities of some scenario. We'll discuss about why automation tool is required, why automation testing is required, like UFT tool, and we'll discuss about introduction to UFT tool, and I will help you in the installation of the UFT tool, how we can create the steps using recording and playback options in UFT tool. So what is the usage of the recording and what are the features we have in UFT tool? What do you mean by actions? And we'll discuss about working with the functions, how to create the function libraries, procedures, stored procedures, and how we are going to parameterize the steps in UFT tool, and how to use the object repository. What do you mean by objects in UFT tool? How we are going to identify the objects in UFT tool? What do you mean by checkpoints? How to implement the checkpoints in UFT tool? And we'll cover about the descriptive programming. So how we can use the descriptive programming, how we can create the scripts of descriptive programming in UFT tool. So this is one, and a few more concepts which is also going to be covered in our course, like what do you mean by automation object model, AOM, history objects, regular registrations, how to work with an Excel sheets, how to work with the text files, virtual objects, and error handling, recovery scenarios. And the most important topic here is automation frameworks. So we'll see some live examples, how to test the applications, how to test the projects in the real time, and how we can automate the steps, how to perform the regression testing, retesting, and sanity testing. So these are all those things which is going to be covered in this course content. So this is about the UFT tool. These are the topics which is going to be covered in the UFT tool. Before working on the UFT tool, first of all, you get familiar with the VBScript programming language, which is very, very important. In our training, which we are going to cover about the VBScript concepts also, which is very, very important. VBScript is a visual basic scripting language. You can say it's a visual basic scripting language. UFT tool supports only one programming language, that is a VBScript, which is covered. In this VBScript, we'll discuss about introduction to the VBScript. What do you mean by VBScript? How we can install the software, how we are going to execute the scripts in the Windows platform, how we are going to declare the variables and initialize the variable, how to initialize the values to the variables in VBScript, and what are the types of operators we have in VBScript, like different types of operators like arithmetic operator, logical, bitwise, shift operators, ternary operators. So what are the statements, like in all the programming languages we have different conditional statements like if conditions, if else if, and nested if statements. And we'll discuss about the loops, like what do you mean by while loop, do while loop, and for loop statements, and how to create a functions in the VBScript. What do you mean by procedure? procedures, how to use the procedures in VB-scripts, what is an array, how to declare an array, how to initialize an array in VB-script, and then what are the types of arrays like single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, VB-script built-in functions, working with the strings, working with the database, working with an Excel objects, how we are going to handle the errors in VB-script, and at the end, we are going to be covered what type of questions they're going to ask you an interview about the VB-script. VB-script is the programming language. You should know it's a simple language. Compare with other programming languages like Java, .NET. VB-script is a very, very simple programming language. The people, those who don't know about the programming also, they can learn this language very easily. VB-script concept. So we'll cover the VB-script concept from the basics onwards. Today we are going to learn about UFT tool. Like what do you mean by UFT? UFT is the Unified Functional Testing Tool. It's one of the automation testing tools. So in our training today we'll discuss about the what do you mean by UFT, what type of testing we can do it on the UFT tool, like functional testing and regression testing, how we can automate the GUI applications. GUI applications mean like Windows-based applications and web-based applications, and how to identify the objects in the UFT tool, how or what type of test cases to be automated with the UFT tool, and what are the scenarios we need to test it. And we'll see today some example, like I want to show you how to use the tool, how to work with the tool with the UFT. So this we'll discuss in the today. Why automation testing tool is required? First of all, most of the companies nowadays, as per technology is changing, most of the companies they are preparing the people, they should have some experience on the automation testing tool. So the manual work has been reduced. So now everyone is preparing automation tool. Automation tool advantage here is we can do the work very easily, fast, we can reduce the time consuming, all these things, which is a lot of advantages there. So test automation tools as a specific advantage for improving long-term efficiency of software team testing process. What are the automation supports here? Automation tool supports like a regression testing, and we can also give the rapid feedback to the developers. Suppose you test the application and you got the defects, and we can give the feedbacks immediately to the developers. And also it supports virtual unlimited iterations of the test cases executions, like what are the test cases which you created, and where we can create the scripts and we can execute the test scripts. No, you no need to implement that logic again and again. We can execute once the build has been released, immediately we can execute the test cases, and we can send the defects information, we can send the defect reporting, and we can find the defects very easily compared with the manual testing. Human interaction which is not required. Every time human interaction which is not required. So there is a lot of support will be there in test automation too. What is the differences between in automation testing and manual testing? In manual testing, what we are doing normally in the manual testing, we'll study the requirements, we'll analyze the requirements. Once we analyze the requirements, based on the requirements, we'll identify the test scenarios. For the scenarios, we are going to create the test cases. And once the build has been released, what are the test cases which we created, we'll execute the test cases manually without using any software, and we'll find the defects. And the defects, once we find the defects, we'll send it to the developer will fix the defect, and again they will release the second cycle of the build. Once they release the second cycle of the build, again we are going to do the retesting process. So this is a process which we will do it in the manual testing. Come to this automation testing tool, it's different here. So in automation testing, here also we'll study the requirements, we'll study the use cases, and we'll prepare the test plan document. We'll identify the test scenarios. After identifying the scenarios, we'll create the automation test cases. Automation test cases which we are going to create. What are the automation test cases which I created will convert the test cases into test steps. And what are the steps which we created will execute the test steps on the tool. Here we are going to enhance the test step. After enhancing the step, we are running the step, running and debugging, and we are going to analyze the test result, whether the script has been passed or failed. If it is failed, there is a defect. If it is passed, okay, there is no defect. We are going to generate the report development. So this is the process of the automation testing life cycle process. So in automation testing life cycle, we'll implement some programming logic. We'll put some programming logic. We'll enhance the script like conditional statement. We'll put some loop statements, and we are going to test the different types of testing. We can do it by using automation tool. Like what type of testing we can do? Regression testing we can do it, and we can also do the retesting, and we can also perform the sanity testing. All these types of testing we can do it by using automation testing lifecycle cases. UFT tool supports all types of testing. It supports functional testing. We can do the regression testing, smoke testing, sanity testing. So all these types of testing, database testing also, we can do it with the help of UFT tool. So now we'll discuss more about the UFT tool. UFT is a tool. It's developed by the company Mercury. Now it is HP. HP is the company. Every year they're going to release the latest version of the tool. Now the latest version of the UFT tool is 15.0. Previously it's not UFT. It was QTP. So QTP, they start releasing the tool QTP 5.0. They started in the year 2006. So what do you mean by QTP? Quick Test Professional Tool. So now they change the name to UFT. QTP and UFT both are same. There is some changes in the UFT tool as well as the QTP. QTP, the last version it was QTP 11.0 is the last version. After 11.0, they change the name to UFT tool. In UFT, what is the differences between the UFT and the QTP? So come to this UFT tool is a tool which was released by the company HP. HP, there is the tool, the latest version, it was 15.0.2. So this tool is going to be supports AI-based artificial intelligence based applications, and also we can test the web-based applications and Windows-based applications, also the mobile applications, mobile-based testings, and also we can also implement the hybrid framework. So it's going to be support the latest version of the 15.0. And previously we have the few more versions out there, like the 12.5 is a version, 14.0, 13.0. So there is a slight differences between versions to versions. Like if you go with the UFT tool 12.5, where it does not support the artificial intelligence, it won't support. So now the latest version is supporting. And with the 12.0, where we can do the web services testing, and also where I can do the mobile based testing, all those types of testings, it's going to be supported by the 12.5 is the older versions. And previously we have a few more tools out there like QTP. QTP is also similar to UFT, but slight changes will be there. Just simply most of the people they're confused. What do you mean by UFT and what do you mean by QTP? Both tools are same. There is no difference. Only the difference here is they change the name. They change the name to UFT. So previously it was a QTP. Now they change it to UFT tool. Till 11.0 it was a QTP, Quick Test Professional tool. After 11.0 they changed the name to the UFT tool. 12.5 version change the name to UFT tool. But QTP supports only the web-based applications as well as the desktop applications. QTP does not support the applications like mobile applications, web services testing. We cannot do it with the QTP tool. And QTP tool does not support artificial intelligence-based applications. And QTP does not support all other browsers like Firefox, Chrome. So these are the browsers it does not support. Come to this UFT tool, lot of advantages there. where it's going to be supports all the browsers, where I can test all the platform-based applications like GUI applications, web-based applications, web services testing, mobile testing, and AR, artificial intelligence-based types of testing. All these types of testing we can do it with the help of UFT tool. So this is about the history about the UFT tool. So come to this, what is UFT? T is one of the automation functional testing tools. With the help of UFT tool, where the automation testers, they can execute and they can create the test cases, they can execute the test cases, and we can easily find out the errors. Errors means we can easily identify the defects, and where we can check whether my application is working as per client requirement or not. So based on the result, we can also generate the report with the help of UFT tool. And the UFT tool, it's a licensed version tool. Now, if you want to work with the UFT tool, you need to purchase a license, but you don't need to worry. So we are getting the trial versions. The Micro Focus is a company in this website where you can download the UFT tool, where you can use the trial version for 60 days. For 60 days trial version, you can use the UFT tool. And also we can purchase the license of the UFT tool. But the main thing here is the license cost will be more compared with the other tools, UFT tool. So that is one thing about the UFT tool. So the next, what is the benefits? So is the best tool? Whether the UFT tool is the best tool, most of the people in confused while attending the course, like whether the UFT tool is the best tool or some other tools are there in the market like Selenium. So UFT tool is also one of the best tools for automation testing. It's an icon-based test tool where we can automate the regression testing and functional testing. We can do the regression testing and functional testing on applications. And UFT tool supports the people, those who don't know about the programming, like non-IT background people, the people, those who are from electronics background or pharmacy background, they can learn this tool very easily compared with other tools. Both technical as well as non-technical tester can use this UTP or UFT tool. They can use this tool. And one more advantage of using UFT tool is in UFT tool we have an option called as recording option. So by using recording option, where we can tool itself, it will generate the script. You no need to write the code. The tool itself, it will generate the script, and where we can run the script, we can playback. Playback means we can run the test scripts and we can analyze the result. So you no need to write the code. So that is also one of the advantage of using UFT tool. And UFT tool, just so I told you, it's going to be supports all types of applications like GUI applications, the web-based applications, all these things. And also we can it allows to implement business process testings like the BBT, and it supports the programming languages like VBScript. VBScript is a language where we can write the code and we can enhance the script with the VBScript, and we can automate the applications. And it supports all the technologies. Now let us take, you develop one applications like Java-based applications, .NET-based applications, so PeopleSoft, SAP, mainframes, Siebel, Oracle, all the platform-based applications, we can also test it with the help of UFT tool. It supports all the platform, all the technologies, okay? So just we need to purchase the license. Now let us take an example. In your company, they develop a Java-based application. Now, can we automate the Java-based application? Yes, we can automate Java-based applications, but only one thing here, we need to purchase a license Java version. So based on the technology, so you need to purchase a license and you can automate the applications. So that is also one of the advantage of using UFT. UFT tool helps the testers to perform automate functional testings, where we can automate the functional testing. Few more advantage here is So this all comes under the advantage of using UFT tool. Just now I told So with the UFT tool, the main advantage is record and playback. Simply, if you click on the recording button, the tool, it will generate the test script. If you go with the Selenium tool, we don't have the recording option. Where we don't use the recording option. There is no recording option itself. So if I use the recording, it will generate the script where we can automate the test scripts and we can capture the screenshots. The screenshots of the applications also we can capture. If we have an error, if you got some defects, we can capture the screenshots of the applications. And it supports, just how I told it's going to be supports all the platforms. And also, we can implement the frameworks also with the help of UFT tool. Like here, it's going to support all the automation frameworks like keyword-driven framework and data-driven framework, or modular framework, hybrid frameworks, all these types of frameworks. We can implement with the help of UFT tool. UFT tool, it's an integrated tool. What do you mean by integrated tool? Integrated tool means now UFT tool, it was developed by the company HP. And if you want to integrate the UFT tool with the test management tool, ALM, quality center tool, application lifecycle management, can we integrate the UFT tool with the test management tool? Yes, we can integrate. But what is the advantage if I integrate the UFT tool with the ALM, where I can send the defects information, we can execute the test cases from the ALM. All these activities we can do it with the help of ALM tool, application lifecycle, or QC tool, quality center tool. Some other tools like Selenium, we cannot integrate directly with the ALM. So this is also one of the advantages of using UFT tool. And UFT tool, where I can read the test data from external file also, from like XML script, I can read it. I can read the data from Excel sheet. I can read the data from text file. All these types of fetching the data, reading the data from external file, we can also do it with the help of UFT tool. And also we can do the database testing also with the help of UFT tool. Like if you have a backend database like SQL or Oracle or MySQL, we can connect to the database and we can test the data. We can retrieve the data from the UFT tool. So UFT tool is easy to maintain. So it's not complicated. So we can generate the script very easily. And so it's free. We can play with the tool. The people, those are from non-native background people also, they can use this tool. So this all comes under the advantage of using about the UFT tool. Now, if you look at the features, so if you are using operating systems like Windows or Mac or latest version Windows 10, and all the browsers, all the operating systems is going to be supported. So now the latest version UFT 15.1, it's going to be supports all the browsers like Chrome latest version, Firefox latest version, Safari, Opera, Microsoft Edge, all those browsers is going to be support. And UFT tool, we can also add an extension to the Chrome browsers also. We can also add an extension to the Chrome browsers. So that is also one of the advantage of using the UFT tool. It's going to be supports all the technologies also. So we discuss about the technology-based applications like SAP, mainframe, CBus, all these technologies. It's going to be supported. So these are the features which we have in the UFT tool. And in UFT tool, we can use recording also with the recording option. Without recording option also, we can create the scripts. That we'll discuss more about the tool while in the code, in the training. So these are the features which we have about the UFT. Just simply I want to show you how we are going to launch the UFT tool and how the UFT tool looks like here. Now, if you look at this one, this is the tool. We are using the UFT tool. It's a unified functional testing tool. Now, if you look at this one, it's an icon-based tool. Once you click this UFT tool, you'll get the trial versions where you can use the trial versions of, but the latest version, it's going to be supposed 30 days trial versions or 60 days trial versions, you will get it. Now, this is the trial versions. This trial versions, it's going to be supports all the add-ons, like if you're developing the .NET based application, if you want to test the .NET based application. So you need to select the checkbox here, .NET. I'm testing .NET based application. I need to select .NET, Java, mobile applications, Visual Basics, web-based applications, WPF, Silverlights. So like this. So once you purchase the license, you will see few more add-ons here. So now here I'm using the trial option, so I can see this only this options. So now once you select the checkbox add-ons, now then if you click on OK button, so the tool is going to be launched. So here you will get some, this is the main window where you can work with the tool. Here, if you look at this one, once you go to the file, new, text, here you can see it here. So where you can test applications like desktop applications, like GUI based applications. So most of the people confuse, what do you mean by GUI application? What do you mean by web based application? Now if you look at this type of applications, you can say GUI applications. Now let me open sample application here. So this is a GUI, right? GUI based. So you can say this type of applications, we can call it as it's a GUI based. It means it's a desktop application. So this type of applications we can automate with the help of UFT tool. And also we can also automate the applications like here, the web-based applications if you are opening with an URL. So this type of applications also we can automate with the help of UFT tool. So we can test the functionality of each and every applications we can automate. So once based on the applications, which application you want to test it, you need to select the application type and then you need to click on create, and here the actions will come under the actions where we are going to create the scripts. Here we'll create the scripts. So we have I told you, we have some features like recording feature. With the help of recording, we can create the script, and without recording option also, we can create the test scripts. So like this. So we can play with the tool. Now if you just simply, I want to show you one example for you. Suppose if I use the recording option, so this is the options you will get it. So what application you are testing here? Now here, this is not a Java based application. So based on the application, now are you testing web based application? No, I'm testing Windows based application. So you need to select the application type, whether you are going with the web based or Windows based application. So once you select that one, then click on apply and then click on OK button. And now once you click this one, and here you need to provide the, so let me stop it just right here. We can use the recording option. Go to the file, new test, just click on create, on recording button. So here based on the application, apply, here just click on register, and just you can give the information. So what are the information you want to give it? So you can give the information, and here the phone number, email ID. So what are the email ID? Suppose let us say some information which I'm giving, some address. Let us take some address which I'm giving you, and city and state and the postal code, some, and username, some given, and the password which I'm giving, some password and confirmed password. Okay, so like this, confirmed password, and once you click on the submit button, stop it. So just here how the simple script is generated. So like this. So this is how the tool itself it will generate the script You no need to write the code with the help of UFT tool. So this option we don't have in other tools like Selenium. You need to write the code. Here I didn't written any code. So I use the recording option. What are the operations which I did, like the click operations and mouse operations, mouse track movements, and it will record it and it will generate the script. Now, if you want to implement some programming logic, if you want to put some conditional statements, like if you want to put some conditional statements, you can put some conditional statement. Or if you want to put some logic, some loop statements, if you want to write some loop statements within the script, so you can use it. You can use it. So this all these things we can create with the help of UFT tool. So once you create the script, now if you want to run it, you can run it. Once you run the script, automatically it will automate the application and it will give the result whether the script has been passed or failed. So like this. So there are two ways using a recording option. We can create the script without using recording option. Also, we can create the script in UFT. So we'll see more about in the training. Just I want to show you how we are going to use the UFT tool. Why? Because why I'm showing this one, the people those who are from non-IT background, they will be confused whether I can learn automation tools. It's a bit complicated. We need programming. No, UFT tool, the people from non-IT background people also, they can learn the UFT tool. So it's very easy tool. It's very simple tool compared with other tools. Okay. So this is about the tool, the sample example which I show you about the tool. Okay. And now here, so this is the main screenshots of the tool, how to create the scripts, how we are going to create an actions, and we can also associate the function libraries, where we can create the functions, so procedures, how to call the functions, how to associate the function libraries. So come to these functions. What is an advantage of using functions here is, suppose if you want to reusable the script, if you want to reusable the script, if I want to call the script, yes, I can call the script with the help of functions, with the function libraries where we can call the scripts. So how to pass the values, call by value, call by reference values with the help of functions. So this all those things we'll discuss more about in the training. And data table. So if you create an action, below the action we have a data table like this. Why we are providing the data? Now, in the application, if I want to pass the data, if I want to pass the test data, then how we can pass the test data? We can pass the test data into the application from the data table. From the data table, we can pass the data. We need to parameterize the data. So there we are using a data table concept. We can parameterize the test data. We can read the data. We can add the data, working with the data table, working with an Excel sheet. So these are all activities which we are going to do it in the UFT tool. So that's why we need the data table. It is required here. Okay. So like this is a sample script, how it's going to generate the script about the UFT tool under the actions. And at the end, once you create the script and once you run the script, so like this, you will get the result. Suppose if your script is successfully passed, so it's highlighted with the blue color. It means the script has been passed successfully, and what is the pass percentage, and how much time it's taken for the execution of the script, total time, script execution time also will get it here. And if it is a fail, so it's highlighted with the red color. It's highlighted with the red color. And what is the pass percentage, why it's failed. You will get the detailed report in the UFT tool. You will get the detailed report. And we can send the mail, we can take the screenshots, capture the screenshots of the applications like this. Suppose in case your script is failed, if it is failed, where it's failed. So it will capture the screenshots of the applications also. Why? Because why the screenshot is very, very important? Yes, the screenshot is very, very important. Suppose you are saying that there is a defect, but how the developer will accept your defect? If you show your screenshots, he will accept your defect. Okay, this is the area we get the error. So if you show you the screenshot, he will get to know that yes, this is a mistake which I did. So that's why capturing the screenshots is also very, very important in automation testing tool. So we can also capture the screenshots about the tool. Okay. So this all comes under the advantage, and we also discuss about the drawbacks. So every tool will have some drawbacks. Not only UFT tool, if you go with any other tools, they have some drawbacks. The first drawback of UFT tool here is license cost more compared with other tools. Because it's in a lakhs. Okay, so number of users based on the users, you need to purchase the license like that. And the next thing here is UFT tool does not support all the browsers. All the browsers means now if you are installed the latest version 15.0, let us take an example. It's going to support the old version of the Firefox browser, Chrome browser. It does not support. It supports only the latest version. Okay, it does not support the old one. If you install the old version of the UFT tool, it will support the latest version. It won't support. So the UFT tool does not work all the versions of the browsers. Okay, that is also one more thing. Multi-threading is not supported by the UFT tool. Okay, that is also one of the drawbacks. And if you want to integrate the UFT tool with other tools like ALM, Application Lifecycle Management. So ALM is also the license version. So integrating UFT to other tools is also very costly now. It's very costly because you need to purchase both. Okay, that is also one of the drawbacks. Data migration is also one of the drawbacks with the help of UFT tool. So this all comes under the drawback of using UFT tool. So that's why. So only the main drawback here is license is a one, which is one thing. It's a drawback, and some browsers it does not. So nowadays UFT tool market is there. Courses technology is very good in the market. Yes, UFT tool is also popular tool. It's very growth will be there. The people, those who want to content, those who are interested in the training in the UFT tool, UFT is popular. So a lot of hope will be there in the market. So where we can automate scripts, and here you should be familiar with the automation frameworks, test automation frameworks, and all these things you're going to learn in this UFT tool. Market trend, as per market trend 2020, UFT tool is the popular tool. So where it supports the popular programming languages like VBScript, it's one of the most popular tools nowadays. So this is also tool is popular in the market. The people, those who are interested in the certifications, if you have the people, those who are looking for any certifications. So these are the certifications available in the website of Microfocus. Microfocus is a website. They're going to offering all the UFT certifications, ASP, AC, CSP, CSC certifications, all these certifications. It is available in the website of Microfocus. Like UFT certifications will be there, load runner 2 certification, ALM certifications, and some other companies like ISTQB certifications also there. So people who are looking for ISTQB certifications on automation testing, you can log in into this website where you can enroll for the certification. So in the certifications, there will be a time limit will be there. Like 1.5 hour time limit will be 90 minutes, and they will ask you the questions based on the experience level, like certification level, like basic, from you need to go for basic one, or the based on the version what you are selecting. So they will give some mock interviews. You need to take the mock interviews while attending the certifications exams also. So this is the websites. You need to go to these websites and you can go through how the process will be. So this is about the certifications. Certification, it's very important, everyone. It's very good. If you did some certifications after the training, completion of the training, it's added advantage for your profile. So that's why certification exam is very, very important. So growth will be there, and a lot of opportunities will become if you did some certifications on UFT tool. So in the certifications exams, they're going to cover about the UFT tool and what are automation frameworks, and they're going to ask you some questions about the UFT tool and all these things. Most of the people ask you after the completion of the training, with this training we can do the certifications exam. Yes, you can do the certifications exams, but one thing here, while attending the certification exam, first you need to practice more. And also you need to attend the mock interviews. Some sample mock interviews will be there in the website. You need to take the mock interviews. and you need to look at your score, how much you are getting. After that, you can attend the certificate exam. So this is about the certification overview. And now the most important thing here is, can we provide the real-time projects in my training? I'm going to cover some sample projects, like we'll see the two projects. One is a banking domain project. Also, we're going to cover the ERP sales domain project. So these are the projects. So we'll see some examples how to automate the banking-based applications. So what are the scenarios we can automate? So we'll see some websites about the banking as well as ERP sales domain, like e-commerce websites. And what are the things which we needed to work with the UFT lab setup? So UFT software, any of this will be there in the Google. You can download from Google the software. I told you the trial version which you are going to get it. If you want to install the UFT software, your laptop configuration should be either you can use Windows or Mac, and always the RAM size should be 4 GB or 8 GB. That is the minimum RAM size should be there. Database, if you are using a database testing, if you want to do the database testing, you can install the SQL or MySQL or Oracle. So these are the system requirements if you want to use the UFT software. So this is about the lab setup. Additional courses resources. Now, in my training, after the completion of my training, you will get the materials of UFT notes, slides to Google Drive. Will provide all the materials, slides, and the course content. At the beginning of the training, we are going to share you the course contents, and also we'll give some websites, sample websites where you can automate the assignment. It's like an assignment. We'll give some assignments. At the end of the training, I will give you some sample results based on your experience level, and I will guide you how to prepare the resume, how many years of experience you need to show, so based on your experience level. So that is also will help you in the preparation of the resume. So if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, get in touch with the MindMajix people. They given the contact number, and you can shoot a mails to the info@mindmajix.com. They're available 24/7. So you can call in, and if you have any queries, keep in touch with them. Thank you for joining the demonstration.